Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an enclosed pyramid shelter like this. I've actually never used this on a wild camp before, so it'd be interesting for me as well. But first of all, you're going to need a tarp. This is a 3x3 DD hammocks tarp. Obviously you can use any tarp you want as long as it's got enough attachments, but these ones are really good. And pegs, and you're going to need a ridgeline. You can do this with a stick or a walking pole, but you'll see why when I set it up. It is better with a ridgeline. It's easier to set up and it'll give you more internal space. So the first thing you're going to do is put your tarp out in a square. You want the middle bit to be in line with the trees that you're going to be tying the ridgeline to. Obviously you can adjust that with the tension afterwards, but that's just to give it in a good place. And then you're going to peg this corner and this corner. Then once you've got those two pegs in, what you're going to do now is put a peg in the ground where this attachment is. It doesn't actually go into the attachment because you're going to move these corners over. It's just to mark where it is. Once you put it in, you will need to move the peg backwards, but it's just to show the right line. So as I say, you will need to move that peg in as you pull these corners over. So that's one. So if I put it in line, pull the peg back and put it there. And now that corner should match up as well. So pull this corner over and hook it over the top. Then you should have this sort of triangle shape with that big flap in the middle. So now what you're going to do is tie your ridge line, tie one end, feed it through the tarp loop, which will be the middle one, and then tie the second one, because then you can get the right tension on it without trying to attach it to the ridge line afterwards. Obviously, if you're using a trekking pole, which you can use, you would get inside here now and just push the trekking pole under, and that would be your pyramid created. But it is a lot better with a ridge line. So yeah, once you've got that side on, obviously feed it through this center one here, and that's what's going to pull it up to the top. You will find a lot of air gets trapped in there, so you might need to take it easy when you pull it up. So now that creates this pyramid shape, and as you can see, it's already quite taut. You can go round if you want now, which I'm going to do, and just pull the pegs out slightly and just add a bit more tension. You've also got the option to add some cord there and add some cord there. Ideally, if you can get it up to a tree, that's going to create a lot more headroom. As for now, that is pretty much finished. So this is your door. Obviously the entry point is not fantastic. Every time you get out, it's going to look like the tarp's giving birth to you, but there is a fair bit of space in there. I've had to put the light on the phone because it's quite dark in here. Yeah, it is a good little shelter. Got plenty of headroom, you've got plenty of space for your gear and stuff like that. The two considerations I'd say with this one is, for one, if you do it with a pole, you're not going to have much room because the pole's going to be down the centre, and condensation. So I would probably peg out with a stick or something, peg out that door so it was open, or two sticks, just so you still got the weatherproofing, but obviously it's going to let some air flow. And you'd probably want to guide these out, especially if there's any wind, because there's not much wind here now and it's already flapping, so you'd want that pegged out or you're not going to get to sleep. But it is a cool shelter, you're not going to get wet, and it is very warm in here already. It's freezing outside and it's probably already a couple of degrees warmer in here. So yeah, it's a good little shelter, but I'll take you outside now to have a look. Before I do that, just to show, you can lie down as well fully. I'm 5'11". I'm not going to scoot down because I'll knock the camera, but my feet can go all the way down there and my head can go here. The only thing I would say is, if I was using this, I'd probably use a bivvy bag, just because you're going to be touching in places, it's going to get your bag wet. So that was the enclosed pyramid shelter. I don't know if that's the official name. A lot of these shelters don't really have names, people are just making them exactly what I'm doing now and then just putting a name on. It's a really good shelter. The only problem I'd have with it would be condensation and maybe a bit flappy in the wind, but it is good for especially like an emergency shelter. If the rain comes down, you can get that up really quick. So I think it is a good shelter. And as for the condensation, when they've got steep walls like that, a lot of the time it will just drip down to the edge anyway, so it's not really a problem. But if you do choose to make one of them, I hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.